Shalom, Israel. This is Officer Barak out of the ISUPK, starting out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We're finna teach a class today, and this class is that the Most High is racist. He has a chosen people, favorite flower, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way he designed it. He's the creator. He has the right to have his preference of whatever he wants. And if anybody that has a problem with that, well, you have to take it up with him. And I don't quite think you want to do that. So let's get into it today, Israel. So we're going to start this class off with Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Thou art a holy people. When you look up the definition of the word holy, it means separate. So it doesn't mean holy, doesn't mean that the sky is fitting to open up and little white babies with wings is fitting to start flying around. No, that is not what it means. Holy means separate. So this is something that our leaders in the churches have not been teaching, that they need to teach. And quite honestly, a lot of them don't even know because they've taught wrong. They're in the wrong school. They send them to get the pastor's license, and it's only taught on certain scriptures. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the a special people above all the people on the face of the earth. Now, when you tell a Black, Hispanic, and Native American that, first thing they say is that, well, that's racist. But they're experiencing racism every day. They got to work all the extra hours. If they don't, they're getting harassed and given a hard time about it. The employers are asking us and them and us, because we're one nation, 12 tribes, one nation, two kingdoms that are one. They're asking us to work all those extra hours. Come in on your day off. They want you to work on your holidays. Most of all, you got to really, really press to get that. Work through your lunch break, take a late lunch break, work through your 2-hour break. Come on, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. This is all a reason to keep us suppressed. Because as long as we're suppressed, that means they're on top. With that, I'm going to go to Romans chapter 9, verse 13. Romans chapter 9, verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So there it is right there, Israel. He's telling you, he loved Jacob. That's the progenitor of the Black, Hispanic, and Native American race. And he hated Esau. He hated Esau. Esau would do anything, just like you seeing them do today. They do anything and try and trick you into believing that it's okay. When deep down inside, you know it's not right. You just trying to fit in. You tired of struggling. You want a big house. People are selling their souls out there every day, to the devil. And, we know from education under Commanding General Yohana that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. The Bible says he's a man. It's very clear on that matter. Don't sell your soul for a piece of paper with a dead man on it that was a mass murderer. Don't do that. Don't cut your brother's throat. Your brother's struggling just like you. Lift him up. People like to go around and say they a boss. Be a boss. You ain't a boss if you're not feeding people. Be a boss. Don't talk about it. Be about it. With that, I'm going to go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54, which is in the Apocrypha. This is that book that was hidden from us. I have a lot of brothers tell me that they read this book and they believe the Apocrypha because it lines up with history. And so does this book. They just haven't been able to put it together with the geographics that's laid out on the planet. But here in the ISUPK, we could show you all that. The brothers in the school are highly educated. These is these are some sharp brothers. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with how educated these brothers is. They changed my life. They saved my life. When I couldn't see, now I could see. When I couldn't hear, now I could hear. I'm basically risen from the dead. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. Salaki, excuse me, I got to get some little bit better lighting. Bear with me for a brief moment. And after these, Adam also, who thou makest Lord of all, they Bond. Salakia, could you read that for me? Chapter 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54.
What verse?
54, Baba Kishah.
2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people also that thou hast chosen. So everybody's come from Adam. You know, like people say, well, we all come from Adam. But he says, yeah, and the people also that he has chosen. That's us. That's us. You know, and it's funny to me how when you try and tell people this truth that they don't believe it. But why do you think they keep you so oppressed? Why do you think that we have the greatest minds on the planet? We came up with the GPS, not just the cotton gin. You know, Benjamin Franklin didn't come up with the telephone or electricity. It was a black inventor that did that, and he just wrote his name on it. The internet, the cell phone, all this comes from us. We're the biggest money maker for them. They cannot, they little fat, greasy hands cannot get enough of the money that they make off of us. They've made trillions on top of trillions. Not just them, but all the nations that we were enslaved up under. Great Britain, they're only great because of us. So with that, I'm going to go to Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Amos chapter 3, verse 1 through 2. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So you're wondering why you in your condition that you are right now. You're being punished. Not because the Most High hates you. It's because he loves you. You're the only ones that he's known. We're the only ones. We're the only ones he will deal with. He won't deal with the other nation. He cares less. I mean, it is what it is. So by today's terms, they're calling the Most High racist. This is why they hate you, black man. This is why they hate you, Hispanic man, native man. It's because of what this book says. It doesn't have nothing to do with you. They hate you because they hate Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Very jealous, very envious, and just cruel and mean. They just committed. You see the movie Prey. You watch the movie Prey, and they captured the girl and her brother, the natives, got them in cages, and they got the brother tied up, cutting him, got him screaming. Then they got mad at the girl. He thought about killing her, but he's talking in Portuguese, how they're going to use her for a sex slave. Don't kill her. And they went out there and used them for bait for a monster. What went through my mind when I saw that was alligator bait. And then it dawned on me, you know what? I bet you they were really using Native American babies out there to hunt bears and stuff like that. That's just how they are. That's just how they are. Use us as bait. I just couldn't believe it. The only part about that movie I liked is when the Edomite got his leg chopped up and the rats was eating at his wound. Salakia, you gotta forgive me about that. But the rest of the movie, I wasn't, I wasn't too pumped up about it. With that, I'm gonna go to Psalms chapter 147, verse 19 through 20. Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob. Now, if you don't know, Jacob's name was turned to Israel, so this is the father of our nation right here. That's who he shows the law to him, to Jacob and Jacob's kids. His statutes and his judgments, his statute